Hi everyone, this is Jim with Bones Dent Repair. Behind me, I have this Jeep Grand Cherokee with some damage to the passenger front door. It's gonna be the first vehicle of the day. Check this out. Okay, you can see this is heavily scratched and quite a bit of damage going on, but the customer is really just concerned with this upper dent. It does have a pronounced buckle. Overall, it's gonna be pretty tricky because it does have laminated glass, which is very fragile for us to not take apart the vehicle when doing this repair. I'm gonna go ahead and get a stainless garden here and get to work. All right, you guys, I'm gonna give you some voiceover here as I'm doing the repair work while this customer waits here at my shop. It's pretty amazing that your vehicle can be fixed in such a short matter of time that you can actually wait while the service is being performed. Almost as easy as getting an oil change, but a bit more involved. Now, this customer, like I mentioned, is a repeat of mine. He did not want to go through the extensive repairs to take care of the other portions of the door. But we were able to meet his needs at a reasonable cost and get him a level of repair that he was going to be satisfied with. So meeting someone's goal is the number one thing in business, trying to make people happy. I really do this more than just for money. I enjoy my work and I want the person who receives my work to also be satisfied and happy. So I'm gonna polish out these scratches and jump into some touch-up work for them, get them out of the shop and back home to enjoy the rest of their day. Getting to share this video with you guys is really fun for me, as I was able to capture multiple vehicles of the day getting worked on. So you're going to see different aspects of repair work being performed, from touch-up, buffing, dent repair, and even did some scratches. So the repair work for this Jeep was done and performed for a repeat client of mine. They didn't want to address both doors and the major damage on the entire panel. Rather, they just wanted that upper dent done for a lesser cost. So we met their needs, we got that shaped up, touched up the panel, and now they're really happy. So check out these results. Okay, so the repair work was performed in just about an hour and a half. He did not want me to perfect the door, but overall, there was a major improvement made. A little bit of touch-up paint, now it won't rust. Got that upper portion of the door flattened out for him. And there you go. Listen to that hybrid vehicle. It's like a whirling, swirling sound. It's really unique. I thought capturing a good look at the front end of this newly redesigned CRV would be pretty interesting for you. Definitely love the big broad grille. In this blue color, it really pops. So we're going to use some natural reflections. Look at this vehicle, basically if you were in the shop with me. So whenever I pull something in, I'm going to take my time before jumping into repair work and really plan out my repair work. Now, this is overstretched damage. I speak on that here shortly, but overstretched damage is going to be quite involved. I'm going to have to carbon shrink from the backside, basically put heat into the panel to get it stabilized. So this one's here for the rest of the day. Hey everyone, as you see, I just got this Honda CRV pulled into the shop. Really neat model. This is a hybrid vehicle, so it's whisper quiet pulling it into the shop. And I did give you a couple quick clips showing this damage. Very, very deep dents. The one that is struck at the edge of the panel also has a fracture in the paint right at that seam, okay? So right where the door jamb begins, there is a bit of fracture. That means this is gonna be a really sensitive repair, especially in that area in particular. Now, the major impact point in the center of the panel appears to be overstretched. So I explained to my customer that this repair might get a bit more involved based on our test pushes when we start the repair work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing taken apart properly and get the repair work going. Let's jump into a time lapse. This is me taking apart the car, and I'm really enjoying myself. This gives me an extra bit of time to think about the tools I'm going to use as I discover what holes are available from the factory for access. That's why taking apart a vehicle is critical to success with these complex repairs. Okay, you can see behind me I have this CRV completely disassembled properly. That way I can get the proper tool access in order to restore this super deep dent. It's always necessary to take apart components, not to risk damaging anything and not having to drill and manufacture access points, which is a big no-no. We're going to go ahead and look at the panel now underneath a LED paintless dent repair light. This light really highlights the damage and lets you see just how overstretched that main impact point was. Also getting a better look at this edge damage. That is a really nasty shot in that location. Just as I was finishing my disassembly phase, I had a really good repeat customer show up for some scratch and touch-up work.
Back into anything, you know. So it's almost like somebody keyed it, but yet it just like really weird.
It is super weird. I agree.
And we looked at in the garage, and there's no way anything could have
Fallen or drug into it.
At that height, we didn't see anything that it could have rubbed into it.
As you've seen right here at the end, I'm using the razor blade to trim off all that gouged up plastic. Then I'm going to go ahead and use a body filler, basically like a Bondo, to fill in that crack. It's going to give me a smooth surface to apply my paint over.
I would assume it would be, oh, here it says pen. Oh,
Yeah, so the pen is like the marker. This was actually a really fun highlight of my day. It was just a great interaction, getting to spend 20 minutes with someone and solve a really big problem in a very quick manner. After I wrapped up that touch-up repair, I quickly went to work at bulking out this damage. I needed to start on that overstretched area if I had any chance of completing this job today. The goal was to finish by 5 o'clock for them. Right away, I confirmed that this was going to oil can. I knew within the first 5 minutes of pushing work, it was going to need to be carbon shrunk. So I informed my customer about the more involved work needed to be performed and the added time to the repair. Moving forward with the reshaping work, I got to use this T-handled Johnson set from Dent Slayer, a tool I've really grown to love. It was just the perfect fit and really comfortable for me to use. Oftentimes our bodies are contorting in very awkward position. You can see I'm halfway in the car, halfway out. So having a comfortable tool is really key to saving your body in the long run. The next phase of my repair work is going to be to heat shrink the metal. This is the most critical portion of my repair, and there's no room for error. The machine I use is similar to a low voltage welder. As you've seen, I attached the electrode to the handle, ground the panel, and prep the backside of the metal with 180 grit sandpaper. I need a clean, smooth, bare metal surface to make good contact with the electrode. My body's on the outside of the panel and I'm watching the repair work, dragging my tip around to find the perfect place to introduce heat. Now, you can't overheat the panel, otherwise you risk damaging the paint and basically destroying the entire paint job. At this phase of the repair, I'm really close, with just some waves and a few uneven bits of the surface to level out. Some more detailed pushes, and then we're done. Okay, I'm in between phases. I got this panel flattened out. It's going to be a very honest look down the side of the vehicle. There's the fractured paint at the edge with that really bad dent. There's the overstretched section right there in the middle. With the final pushes made, I'm really satisfied with the repair work and how this turned out. So I'm going to quality control check my work from multiple angles, stepping back, making sure this vehicle is ready to be put together, then ready to go home. After a nice wipe down with some ceramic wax, I pull the vehicle out front and check all the natural reflections. I'm really excited for my customer to come pick up this vehicle. I know he was absolutely devastated by this really deep dent. So I'm very happy that I was able to perform this work today for him. And I really appreciate you watching today's video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, perhaps leave a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. For dent repair help on your vehicle, visit bonesdentrepair.com. Thank you so much for watching.